represented by our director, executive director of the organization, Ruth
Sounds good to
Patrick.
me.
Yeah. So women, Ruth, come on up. Women SV is Women of Means Escape Network in Silicon Valley. Ruth has created an organization that's sponsored and funded by the Los Altos Community Foundation here in the local community to assist women who are victims of domestic violence, who are experiencing intimate partner violence and stress and distress. And what Ruth's organization does is provide resources, information, and support to allow those women to escape, when necessary, the situation, the family situation, violence that they're in. She has been actively working for about a year now, and I'm very fortunate to be her advisor, and she kind of jokes that I keep her out of trouble.
Out of jail, too.
Because it's a complicated, those of you who work with cases of domestic violence know it's a very complicated landscape, very difficult. Women are oftentimes in very difficult situations, and what Ruth's organization is trying to do is help those women who are in situations which might, from the outside, seem very enviable. Women who live in the affluent communities that we're in now, who are oftentimes trapped by their situations, trapped by their partners. And so what she's doing, and she's going to explain that in just a little bit, is offering an invaluable service. I've witnessed and watched what she's done over the last year, advising women, helping them to survive and get out of these situations and restart their lives, and it's been very, very gratifying. And I think her organization, I hope, has become a valuable part of the Los Altos community and is respected, by us. We've just put on a continuing education event on Saturday where 24 or 5 of us came and spent a day learning about domestic violence. Most of us don't get the training necessary to both recognize this, and many of us, under the guise of trying to help our clients, oftentimes make tactical mistakes in trying to fix situations of domestic violence, where what we need to be doing is helping people to get away from them and escape from those situations. So, without further ado, Ruth Patrick, now the winner of
I want to look at it. Okay. This is such a great honor, and I do so appreciate the Santa Clara County Psychological Association for giving me this incredible award. To me, the most important feature of it is that it shines a light on an issue that has been for too long swept under the carpet. Domestic violence isn't supposed to happen in the nicer parts of town. In the last year, the 60 ladies that I've helped say differently. It is an invisible epidemic, and because we're starting to talk about it and shine a light on it, we're able to do more to help women and their children who are the ultimate hidden victims of this issue. So I'm so very grateful that this award is given to this program, but to shine a light on this issue. And thank you to Paul for being such an important part of this mission too. Without his help and advice, it'd be very difficult for me to be moving week to week with all the different cases that I come across. So I really appreciate his help and advice and support in that. And this program wouldn't be possible at all without the support and guidance and goodwill and wisdom and benevolence and all the other wonderful things I can think of, the other adjectives to add to the Los Altos Community Foundation, represented by Roy Lave, the Executive Director, and his wife, when the spirit of giving strikes you, you can always whip out your checkbook and make a donation to the Los Altos Community Foundation, and you can write Women SV in the little memo line. It's your generous donations that help organizations like the Los Altos Community Foundation and Women SV survive and thrive. So thank you very much for being a big part of that. And I'd like to thank my advisory board too, that have been instrumental. So many people in my advisory board put their great minds together. Every few months we meet and try to solve the world's problems, and we come out better as a result of it. So thank you. And I'd like to especially thank Todd Emanuel, who joined us most recently. He's a former district attorney and prosecuting attorney who goes after affluent abusers. He's one of the good guys. So thank you, Todd. Who's been instrumental and such a great source of support and guidance, and I sure second the motion for Nancy to be given the Psychologist of the Year award. She's like the Woman of the Year award. I think she's awesome. So congratulations, Nancy. And then I'd also like to recognize Phoenix Bunnell, who works for the YWCA, and she's a legal advocate there. And often I have cases that I send to her, and she gives lots of support to women who are struggling and have limited means, even though, as Paul was saying, they may look very affluent to the general public. Often they have very little access to their own resources, and so Phoenix is right there to help them from organizing their thoughts to moving towards looking for a restraining order. So thank you, Phoenix, for all the good work you're doing. And I also want to recognize Sina, who's in the audience today. Sina is my co-facilitator, and she helps me run my weekly support group for women that are in various stages of their relationships, whether it's just recognizing that this is what's happening to them. Some women think, oh, I'm not being beaten, it must not be abuse, without realizing that emotional and financial abuse, spiritual abuse, there's many different forms that domestic violence takes. And in our group that Sina and I run once a week, we have to educate women about that and offer support to them. And Sina's been instrumental in helping me run that group. So thank you, Sina. Because I'd like to thank my mom and my brother and 2 more minutes. Okay. Then Linda and Rinska, I would like to thank both of you for being on my advisory board and for all your help and input and support. They've been very, very kind and compassionate, and they have a lot of wisdom to share. And I look forward to working with you in the future as we move our organization up into the stratosphere. So thank you both. Jenny Heckman, who's an educational consultant, a PhD. If you ever need any help counseling with your kids, if they're looking for different sources of help and tutoring and support, Jenny Heckman has been wonderful, and she's also a member of my advisory board. She's a kind, compassionate, intelligent woman, and I'm really happy to have her help and support too. So thank you, Jenny. Please raise your hand. Jennifer and Martha, please. These are licensed clinical psychologists who are very knowledgeable about domestic violence, and they've been very helpful. And Jennifer also has her black belt, as does Linda, in martial arts, and be extra nice to them, and they'll look over it. And then Martha runs a program. She has run programs over at CHAC, and she's very good at family work and working with kids as well, and also been incredibly supportive. And I want to thank Derek, too. Where's Derek, too? Who's been, he works at First Republic and is always, he's been, when I first started working at First Republic, I was putting out this idea as something that I wanted to do, and everybody there was so incredibly supportive, and I really appreciate your support as well. So thank you all. Thank you, my good buddies, Wendy and Debbie, and just everybody for just being so wonderfully supportive. And I couldn't have done any of this without your help, and Judy Drag as well with the fundraising help that you've been giving me as well. So thank you so much.